Okay, so we're going to dive right into the show. In a recent interview with CBC, Sandra Bullock said that she is done playing dramatic roles and that her heart belongs to comedy. The Oscar winner also expressed frustration that those types of films aren't valued as highly as dramas. Listen, Rick, you are known as being the funny guy. So what are your thoughts on Sandra's comments?
Well, I understand what she's saying because in Hollywood, traditionally, the greatest respect that you could get is winning Best Actor or Best Actress. And Best Actor and Best Actress never goes to a comedian or a comedy role. There's some exceptions. Lee Marvin for Cat Ballou in like 1965 won Best Actor for a comedic part. And Roberto Benigni won for his movie. But of course, that took place in a concentration camp. So even though it was a comedy, it was a very, very serious comedy. So, but you know what? Bridesmaids, which was an all-female comedy, grossed $300 million worldwide. And you get a lot of respect when you gross $300 million worldwide.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, you're bringing that up. I'm imagining because Melissa McCarthy was nominated for her work in that movie, but in the supporting category, right?
Yeah.
So often, like, you know, even when actors are nominated for the Oscar in a comedic role, it's not in the lead role.
Correct.
So it's sort of, again, a second-class citizenship. What do you think, Rick? Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't know if it's a second-class citizenship. Also, there was a time when Best Actor or Best Actress meant everything in Hollywood. Quite frankly, now it doesn't mean what it used to mean once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was only one award show that mattered, and it was the Academy Awards. That's not really the case now. I totally get Sandra Bullock wanting to go back to comedy, but she's a great actor. And I'm sure she's going to do drama again in the future because she's a great actor, and that's what actors do. They don't generally announce they're going to stick to a genre for the rest of their life. I mean, Robin Williams went back and forth, and we were all grateful for it.
Yeah, Adriana, what do you think?
Well, what I think is that I understand why comedy is more hard for audience, because I feel that comedy is like coriander, kind of. Either you love it or you're very meh by it. And it's so influenced by your culture that I understand that in some countries it can be seen better than others. So yeah, I think that it's harder. Drama is more relatable. So that's how I feel that actors do get more praise for playing in a drama because of that, because we're more related to that feeling.
Yeah, just an aside, I love your shoe collection. But getting back to the topic, I actually think that she can say this because she's already done the dramatic route and she's already been recognized for some of her dramatic work. I think that if you've been only recognized or if you've only been pigeonholed as a comedic actor, you probably have a bit of frustration because, like we were all saying, you're not taken seriously until. But I'm sure as an actor, she's probably saying it takes a heck of a lot out of you mentally and physically to do something really serious, depending on the role. How many revenants do you think that Leonardo DiCaprio has inside of him, right? Like that would have just literally dragged him through the mud physically and mentally, and they're all gunning for that Oscar. Even though I think that you said it's changed, I think they all want to get it because then after they get it, they can say, finally, I can diversify my roles. And you look at someone like an Emma Stone, and she wins for La La Land, musical, but still considered dramatic. Then she can do the Cruellas, and then she can do all of these short films and Independence and all the. So they want to get to the top of the mountain so that they can then, you know, do a little this and that, whether you like the coriander or cilantro, whatever you said there, Adriana, or not. So I think they want it, but she's got the luxury now to say she doesn't want it anymore.
You know, I agree with you. And ultimately, too, it's up to the actors. Like, they assign prestige or what they consider to be prestigious. And they all know, I mean, they all know that comedy is just as challenging as The Revenant. I mean, is it really acting when you're out in the wilderness and cold? I don't know. Like, I mean, you're cold. Are you acting cold or are you just cold? Right? But it is a skill.
I think he was cold. I'm pretty sure he was cold.
Like, how is it acting? You know what I mean? But here's the thing. All of them will say, even especially Leonardo DiCaprio, that comedy is so difficult on a different level. You can't rely on being cold for people assigning talent to you, or whatever, Daniel Day-Lewis, becoming a cobbler and, like, you know, or a carpenter, and all the work that they say, I lost weight, I gained weight. Like, is that acting? Or is that like a physical transformation, which isn't technically like the same as this, the
timing and
advanced,
yes.
the timing and the chemistry you have to develop with the person in comedy that you're playing off of. So the actors themselves are assigning value to this and not, and I think they need to get over themselves. They very much take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.